Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, here bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. We're playing our Amulet Dinos deck, still trying to get our reps in and practice it. We have a lot of what we need. We're missing the Amulet of Vigor, and I'm still trying to figure out if that's a reason we should mulligan, but I think we're going to keep it on the back of this Explorer on turn 2. Putting a bounce land into play to get us to 4 mana on turn 3. It's not ideal, but then we do have the Wayward Sawtooth, which is one of our combo pieces. Belligerent Yearling is it's one of our sub-theme plans, I guess. It can get us some, Inquisition. We're going to probably lose the Sawtooth. We'll see, though. They may take this Hammer Skull because it's such a big beater. Anyway, Belligerent Yearling is kind of our secondary plan because, it comes down on turn 2, ideally, or even, it's only a 2-drop, I guess is my point. 3/2, easy to deal with, but then in combination with some of our really big dinosaurs, even just the Pugnacious Hammer Skull, or especially with like a Galta, it suddenly becomes a 12/2. And with Galta and Maverin, you can make it a 12/2, and then when you go to attack, get a 12/12. They took our Explorer. Get a 12/12 trampling token as well. Alright, so they took our Explorer, which smart on our opponent, since that was literally the reason why we kept this hand. But we drew a Grazer, so we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that by playing to get our bounce land down and get into a position to play this Pugnacious Hammer Skull or this Wayward Sawtooth next turn. So I've been tempted to try the Arboreal Grazer in my Dragons deck just to guarantee land drops and not have to have exile target card from a graveyard. This is Cling to Dust. If it was a creature, you gain 3 life. Okay. Sure. So they're down to 3. I guess I missed them mulliganing maybe. To get a guaranteed land drop out of it and not have to worry about my mana dorks dying. I have yet to test it out yet, though, and I feel like you have to run a certain kind of a large number of lands if you want to do that. Alright, so I think we want to just, since we drew another forest, man, I really would have liked that to be a red source to get this Belligerent Yearling down. I was going to say we could just get the Wayward Sawtooth out, but our opponents running out. They mulliganed down to 6, I imagine, or maybe even less because they only have 3 cards in hand. Get this Pugnacious Hammer Skull down and start the beats, and hopefully our opponent, having had to mulligan, won't have many answers. Did we forget to play land? No, we did not. Okay, I was about to say. So they may want to field, if they can get to it, Field of Ruin this Selesnya Sanctuary, but it looks like they might be missing land. And hey, we haven't got many game wins, much less match wins, so if it comes on the back of our opponent getting mana screwed and dying to our early pressure, I'll take it. This is going to be good, I think, if I can do the math right. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana total. We're not going to have the second green source. Yes, we will. We will have the second green source. This is living our dream minus having red to turn this Belligerent Yearling into a big beater. See if they respond in any way. And here comes Big Mama Galta. Beautiful. Turn 3. Look at that. That is 21 power on the board on turn 3. I mean, what more do you want? Amulet Titan? I mean, I think if this was Amulet Titan, they would just have Orcish Bowmasters. Sweet. If this was Amulet Titan, they would just be winning here, but alright, sure. Sure. Do they find an answer for Galta? Granted, we can't attack with this 5/5, so I mean, technically it's 18 power on the board on turn 3. Had we gotten the Belligerent Yearling out, it would have been so much more. So beautiful. That would have been our dream. If our opponent misses a land drop, it might be time for them. We would love to hit the red source. Yep, scoop it up. Alright, so I mean, that is the power of this deck. Finally on display. No Amulet of Vigor. Turn 3, 6/6 and a 12/12 that it can attack the next turn. This is why I think this deck has legs and why I want to keep playing it. And I've just suffered through so many losses and playing bad, making mistakes and learning the deck because I really think that there's something here. At the very least, it's not going to be on par with something like Amulet Titan, which probably would have won on that same turn that I played the Galta, but it's so much fun in its own way, especially if you like Dinosaurs and you want to play something that's a little bit janky and not just straight up Amulet Titan. Alright, so we've seen... I mean, we'll bring in the Veil of Summers, maybe take out the Explorers, take out a land. That's usually our go-to plan. Veil of Summer to kind of protect our hand. We didn't even have the Amulet of Vigor, so that was an Arboreal Grazer into Wayward Swordtooth. Just how just everything we would when we set out building this deck and envision how to get out of Galta, how to take advantage of extra land drops without playing Primeval Titan. And this was it. Pugnacious Hammer, Arboreal Grazer, Pugnacious Hammer Skull, Wayward Swordtooth into Galta. Love it. Okay, so we have a slow hand. The Urza Saga can get us the Amulet of Vigor, so I think we're going to keep it. Especially against a hand with full of discard. This will protect us against... we'll get the Amulet of Vigor after this Thought Season. Now the question is, they take the One Ring. Alright, there is no question. They have kill spells for Pugnacious Hammer Skull, I suppose. So we'll play the Urza Saga, get the party started. And again, they look at our hand, and the next turn we draw an Arboreal Grazer. Interesting. I don't think they would have taken the Arboreal Grazer there, but it's curious. That's happened twice now. So I think this... I think we're going to save the Arboreal Grazer for the turn after we get the Amulet of Vigor. See what we draw into. And again, opponent keeps a risky low land hand. Very interesting. So I think we're just going to say no. Pass the turn. I wonder what they kept their hand, why they kept such... They must have some just hot fire in their hand if they kept the one lander. I would have expected another... Alright, they're going to draw a card off Cling to Dust. I would have expected another hand disruption spell at least. Maybe they have one, they're saving it because they know we don't have a lot of action. They can... Alright, Demolition Field. Turn too late. Profane Tutor. Okay, so they're up to something. Just don't know what it is. Now, what can we do this turn? Hammer Skull's good. We might be able to get 2 of those down this turn if I can do my math correctly, which is always challenging. So we're going to go... We lost a land, that's why we can't get both down, I guess. So play the Arboreal Grazer. I think I might have misplayed. So if we played the Mycosynth Gardens first, when we play our next land, I don't know if there was a way to get the extra value out of this Mycosynth Gardens or not. So stacking triggers correctly and never clicking always, which is what I'm used to. We can, let's see, we'll just return this to our hand. Play a Pugnacious Hammer Skull. We have another land drop to make. We can go ahead and get this down. Unfortunately, I think we're out of action. Yeah, I think we're out of action, but we'll just leave it open. Turn that to our hand. Make sure we can't play another land drop. Pass the turn. Okay, so that was our turn 3. Wasn't quite as busted as our turn 3 last game. Now I wonder what they're going to go for. Damnation maybe, or something, or if they have a combo in mind that they can kill us with. Still missing land. So lucky for us, because they could demolition field our rural turf. Nope, they did get it, so they're going to demolition the, yes. And get any basic, huh? It's a forest, I guess. Fatal push, ouch. Okay, Wayward Swordtooth. Now, do we take a turn off? Play the Mycosynth Garens, get a copy of this to get a bunch of mana. We don't have the finisher yet. So we could go ahead and get the Wayward Swordtooth out this turn to make another extra land drop. Okay, I think what we're going to do is our opponent's got, I mean, they're going to get that Profane Tutor down eventually. So I think we're just going to go slow, see if this is the right line, maximize our chances to and not commit too much to the board, because I don't know what they're going to get yet. Maybe we'll just die to whatever combo piece they're going to get. They have 4 cards in hand, drawing into 5. So we can, at the end of turn, turn this into an Amulet of Vigor. Next turn, get 1 bounce land, tap it, get the 3 mana, Wayward Swordtooth. Oh, sorry, tap it. And then we have 2 mana floating. Alright, so we're going to go get something. I suppose we don't get to find out what it is. Have 2 mana floating, play another land, get up to 6. So, okay, Blast Zone enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. Sacrifice Blast Zone, destroy each non-land permanent with a mana value equal to the number of charge counters. Looks like they went and got Blast Zone, so good for them. Way to play around it. So now that is our best laid plans gone to waste. We're not going to turn the Mycosynth Gardens into the Amulet of Vigor now, since they played a Blast Zone. Then we just lose 2 lands. So I think we'll see what our opponent. Okay, in step. They're going to wait for us to do something more land. Yeah, we do play a lot of land, so we're going to go ahead and play this Gruul Seraph. See if our opponent responds in any way. And now I think we're going to turn this to our hand. Play the Wayward Swordtooth. So we're not going to have nearly as much mana as I had hoped. And I forgot to tap for the mana from the Mycosynth Garden, so that was a pun. Alright. Not what I wanted to do. Now they're going to blow up the Blast Zone. Sure. Well, that was a mistake. I really wanted to do... we really needed to tap that for mana, but it wouldn't have mattered in hindsight. We would have had 1 mana floating. We'll run out the Selesnya Sanctuary for no extra value. Get the forest back. We already played a land, I guess. Pass the turn. Okay, Cabal Coffers deck I see. Let's see if they... Okay, Karn. See what they find. Alright, so it's a Karn deck. If they get an Ensnaring Bridge, then we know if we win, we hit, well, the One Ring. Okay, that's a pretty good card for them. And another land. Man, we're just really good at drawing lands. And we're really bad at drawing into, or getting this guy, getting City's Blessing right now. So we will play... We'll save this Gruul Turf for now. I mean, we can play 2 lands, so we'll play the... Stomping Ground. No. Forest. Another Pugnacious Hammer's Call. Next turn, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're getting ever closer to the City's Blessing. It'd be nice to draw the One Ring of our own. Opponent has a lot of mana and a One Ring. Or the One Ring. See if they have anything. Alright, so they're going to gain protection. This game's going to be grindy. You start F6ing more frequently, especially after last night's game where I went to time. But I was chatting with a very nice opponent, so that's part of it. Now what are they going to get? If I had a Calder Complete, that's a pretty good choice too. They probably don't play Ensnaring Bridge since. All right, yep. There's our Amulet of Vigor. Unfortunately, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we can go ahead and... The opponent has protection from everything, unfortunately. So what we can do is play this Amulet of Vigor. Play this Mycosynth Gardens. Play this... Do we have the City's Blessing yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still don't have the City's Blessing. Go to combat. Attack down Karn. Have a lot of mana. We would love to draw a Ghalta and Mavren. That would be the sweetest. On this board, if they can't board wipe us. If they don't find a way to answer what we're doing, I mean, they're going to be drawing a lot of cards. We really need to... the window, I think, is closing on us finding a threat to close this game out. Carnage Tyrant, or Ghalta and Mavren. Really, Ghalta and Mavren are the 2 best, obviously. Ghalta and Mavren would make me the happiest. See if they have a Damnation. 6 mana, okay. Thoughtseize, sure. See my Gruul Turf. I mean, I have all this mana. I'm sure they would have. Whatever. Doesn't hurt. They're going to gain a lot of life probably at some point, but I would have cast it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, 7 mana. I would have cast what was in my hand. Calder Complete. So it gets out. It's +5/+5. Has First Strike, Trample, Indestructible, and Haste. Sure. Does my opponent attack? No, they do not. Alright, so in step, make another Amulet of Vigor, even though we don't really need it. Come on, Ghalta and Mavren. This is the turn. Show me Ghalta. Carnage Tyrant. Also acceptable. So First Strike, Haste, Indestructible, Trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. So they're going to be holding down the fort for a while. That is unfortunate. Okay, so if we swing, they block here. We can't attack yet, but We're gonna just have to hopefully build our board to a point where we can get through this Cauldron. They're at 14. They have so many cards. Yeah, it's gonna be tough slogging through this, I think, with the number of cards in our opponent's hand. So yeah, this creature deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. So it's gonna first strike, make sure it always trades up. And our trample, the first strike will get rid of it before trample goes through. So we're down. We have 11 power. They're at 12. Profane Tutor number 2. Okay. Indestructible means damnation would be really good for them. We do have the city's blessing now, though. What would we get rid of if they do something? Oh, another One Ring. Oh, nice. Chain them together. We would love to draw One Ring right now. Opponent back up to 7. Looks like they fatal pushed our Pugnacious Hammer Skull. Orcish Bowmasters. Well, we had game 1 where it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Here it's much grindier. It seems like they're going to be... They have protection, so it's a free attack for them. Feels like it's going their way right now, and I'm not sure what we need to draw at this point to get out of it. We could maybe... Well, that is a good one. Trample is a way that we could steal this game. Now, we have multiple land drops, but next turn they do have ways to kill land. So I think we want to pass the turn, not do anything. Hopefully they don't string together a One Ring again. And next turn make our double land drop. Hopefully they don't kill our Wayward Swordtooth. And even if they do, I don't want to do the math, but we'd count that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would be able to give it +5/+5, which would get them there after the One Ring trigger. All right, so this is what we need our opponent to do. Don't kill any of our stuff. Attack with your Cauldron. I don't know. Don't play any more blockers with your 7 cards, 8, 9 cards in hand. You know, there's a lot that needs to go right for us to steal this game. But Kessig Wolfrun is one of our better draws to get us there. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. If I was them, if that Profane Tutor, if they have it, I'd get that Damnation and then just blow the world up and keep my Cauldron. That's next turn, though. All right, let's see what they got for... this is the turn. If our opponent cannot Thoughtseize, okay, so they're going to know not to attack. Or they're going to know to kill something, assuming that... I mean, they've been spot on this whole game with their gameplay, so I'm not... The problem with the Gruul Turf... Oh, the Yearling. The problem with the Gruul Turf is we have to play it before combat. So we're going to we'll have to pump... We're going to end up having to pump the creature we attack with before combat, so they're going to know. Can we do enough damage? So this is 5. So they're going to block probably here. And then they're going to block here and here. And they probably have a kill spell, to be honest. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. They go to 1 and then they maybe die to their 1. I mean, we got to go for it. This hurts us, but I think this is our best chance. I imagine they have a Fatal Push. Do they have a way of triggering it? Is another question. And they're not dead yet. So we should have played the Gruul Turf last turn. That was a mistake. Because I thought about, that would have given us enough damage to punch through here if they didn't have a response. But because I didn't think through that we'd have to pump it before combat or lose the mana. So I'm assuming Calder's getting this guy. Or they're going to have an answer. That's fine too. Yep. Yep. So they have the kill spell. I mean, they fake pumped, but this is our only out, so we're going for it. I assume they brought in some sort of hero's downfall effect to kill big creatures because it's after sideboard. Or they're going to pitch their hand and gain a ton of life with whatever that X spell is. Yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to be. Yep, March of the Wretched Sorrow is the name of that card. Yep, they're going to go back up to 21. We're going to be... Each opponent sacrifices a non-token. They didn't even need to do that. I mean, the Cauldron is indestructible, so... And it has first strike. So we can't cast that. Alright, so what we need... We're not going to scoop because... Yes, our opponent has all the cards in the world, and they're probably going to go get the One Ring. But, one, I need to get the reps in. I'll play a couple more minutes. Two, there is a world in which we play Belligerent Yearling, and then the next turn, Galta and Maverin, and get back and put a ton of pressure on our opponent before they can kill us. Granted, it's a world that inhabits a distant universe because they have so many cards in hand. They're probably about to go get the One Ring. We'll see. I mean, we're taking 6. If we draw a land here, we're dead. I'll scoop because there's not much we can do. Okay. Lots of mountains, lots of swamps now. And we might just be dead to some sort of drain spell here. 18. It's a lot of mana. Does March of Wretched Sorrow also hit opponents? Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn! I love it. So when they attack, they annihilate. Man, they just hardcast an Emrakul with the two. Vencer's Journal. What the heck does that do? Vencer's Journal. 5-mana artifact. You have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Wow, that is pretty sweet. And that upkeep stat. What? Oh, they get to take an extra turn. That's fine. Alright, well, we're dead. So, opponent says, I want to attack, don't quit. I want to see this combo. Alright, let's see. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Shieldred. Okay. Let's see. Are they gonna just draw a whole bunch of cards? Alright, I don't even know what's happening. I'm just chatting with my opponent. Alright, so they have the Emrakul. They gained a bunch of life. What's now Mindslaver. Sacrifice Mindslaver. You control target player during that player's next turn. I mean, I think we can scoop at this point. We'll let them have their fun for a minute. Another Amulet of Vigor. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing for them to do. We could have kept the Belligerent Yearling a secret, but... Alright, let's see if we see about game number... There's our Galta. Do we even... I mean, having the Veil of Summer, we didn't even get to see it, so... Is it too reactive? Storm's Wrath could be good to help clean up the board of some of the things they're doing. Force of Vigor gets... I don't even know. I don't know. I don't think Force of Vigor is particularly good either. It can't kill the Cauldron complete. We don't care about their little creatures too much, do we? We just want to be faster. So, Explorer maybe bring it back in. Alright. Alright, I'm just going to run it back with the Veil of Summers and see if that's the right move. I keep muting my microphone to take a sip. It's the morning over here in Virginia. Hopefully it's not too annoying. Hopefully it's less annoying than me drinking on video. Alright, so I mean we have... Again, we have some pieces, but is this going to be good enough? We don't have the turn 1 Amulet. We have 5 lands. We have to imagine we're going to get Inquisitioned or Thought Seized. So this time I'm going to try Mulligan. Okay, so we do have what we need. We just don't have any green mana. But we have all of our pieces. If this was... if these were not non-basic lands, but they were just, or if they were just 1 forest and a bounce land, we'd be in good shape. So what are we going to put on the bottom? We can't get this... Man, the Delighted Yearling is my jam. I don't want to put it on the bottom. But we need all of the other pieces, so... Since we have an Amulet in hand, we might want to just play Slayer's Stronghold into Amulet of Vigor. I know that might be counterintuitive, but I want to have the especially since we're slow on mana a little bit, I want to have the possibility of maybe getting some Karnstructs out of the Urza Saga. Is that... We're on the play too, so we kind of needed... And it puts us down a land immediately, and we only have 2 lands. This is tricky. So that if we play it on turn 2, it gives us another turn with a land, basically, to hopefully make our land drops, which we play 29. So alright. I'm still waiting on an opponent. Maybe they're actually looking at my website right now. Who knows? Had a lot of time to think about this. I think we're going to do Slayer Stronghold into Amulet of Vigor. Hope to hit what would be really the best would be a green bounce land. So then we play the green bounce land. Tap it on, and then get 3 mana, play the Grazer. If we want to play the Grazer. I don't know if we would at that point. At least get the Wayward Swordtooth down, though. So that's what we want to have happen. We just need our deck to behave. Give me a green bounce land, please. Growth Turf would be probably our best. Selesnya Sanctuary is also acceptable. Thank you, deck, for behaving. Sometimes you just have to get lucky, but we do play 29 lands. So I think, do we just want to return the bounce land to our hand so we can run it back? We need the green source. But we will hold off on playing this Grazer, and then we'll run out the Saga now. Maybe that was a mistake. So this guy's cost 7. So I don't think we could have gotten there yet. We do need to draw another bounce land. So there goes our Grazer. We had plans for that. Pugnacious, or bounce land, something along those lines. Okay, 1 ring is good. Question is, we probably need a 1 ring immediately because we could get Thoughtseize, but otherwise we could just make a Karnstruct into a Karnstruct and start pressuring our opponent's life total, and just eschew our normal plan. Man, the 1 ring is so tempting, though. What is they know about the Galta? So what are the chances that they have another hand disruption spell? I mean, the Karnstructs are great. They're not what we came here to do. And we can make another land drop if we draw something. And this will protect our hand for another turn. So let's go ahead and hope to get something good. There's a Saga number 2. Now I'm beginning to think we might want to make some. We're going to make some Karnstructs next turn. We'll see what we draw, but we'll likely make a Karnstruct next turn. Tapping this 2 mana for it. And we'll have a 3/3. That gets Galta down to being a 4 mana spell. So if we hit a bounce land, if all goes well and we hit a bounce land, will we get there? Can I draw? Just 2 lands. So hold on, we can make 2 land drops. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how much this costs. So maybe that's what we want to do. They also have a Cabal Coffers, which we would like to get rid of. They're not going to be able to go off with it just yet. I think it's half a dozen of one, 6 of another. Man, that was a lot of land. Really could have used a bounce land there. However, we get to play a forest and another forest. Get a 12/12 down. And attack for 5. That was a good turn 4 for us. Very good turn 4. So the constructs showing their power and synergies with Galta, Primal Hunger, which I haven't yet done before because I'm usually too focused on playing Urza Saga on turn 1 to get the Amulet of Vigor out as fast as possible. We have this Beseju that we can use to get the Cabal Coffers. Damnation. Oh good, just the 1 ring. Just the 1 ring. Alright, it was Damnation or 1 ring there to save our opponent, it looks like. Let's see if we can draw something good with our mini draws. And we're going to go get another Amulet of Vigor. So let's draw another Galta. Let's make another token. Get another Amulet of Vigor. That's a lot of power on the battlefield, folks. A lot of power. Unfortunately, they have a 1 ring out. Let's get rid of their Cabal Coffers. They're going to have 8 cards in hand. We don't have anything else we can do. This is legendary. They have protection. So we'll pass the turn. Now, with this Selesnya Stronghold out and 3 Amulet of Vigors, there's a good chance, Boo and Hiss, there's a good chance that we can get a Galta down and give it haste and attack for 14 next turn. If they don't Thoughtseize us. What a grindy match. It would be nice to get a match here, and especially with our setup, and we have such a great board right now. Can we dodge whatever they draw? Blast Zone is a really good draw for them, and really bad for us. Shrinks our constructs, gets rid of all of our bounce shenanigans. Is it enough, though, to save our opponent? It does require them tapping all of their mana to blow up our Amulet of Vigors, and that might just be too little too late, so they probably need to be doing something else this turn to win. Alright, Mavin would be great. That would be our best draw. We're going to get a bunch of looks at it. That is Mavin. Sure. So we're going to take some damage. Hopefully they can't kill us. They're going to have a lot of cards. They're going to try to kill the Galta. Another one. All right. I don't want to click through. Oh my gosh. It's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I just... You always yield to triggered abilities from cards named... Okay. Save me some time. I think if we do this right, we can win here, though. We have 3 Amulet of Vigors. But we're going to need to play a Boros Garrison to get the red-white mana. Pre-combat main phase. Okay. Do we have the second white source? Yes, we do with the Boros Garrison. Alright, is this the moment in time that we are going to win with Galta and Maven? Okay, so they're going to kill the Galta. Okay. Make sure I do everything right. So this isn't as fun of a turn as I thought it would be, unfortunately. And we cannot... Can we make another land drop? No. Alright. So let's just go for the win here, folks. Down to 2.5 minutes. This is a really long turn. Is it enough? I think it should be enough. I mean, we have 17 points of damage trample. It's going to be really close. It's a 14. It's going to do 13. That has trample. Alright, it looks like opponent's dead. Wait, why do I want to do... Oh, it's a huge... That's why, because it's so big. That's what's going on there. I forgot, their army's massive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let's discard down to 2. We'll discard this Sacred Foundry. One ring puts them down to 3. Can they get out of this? Can we not die to time? Man, I thought I had them there, but I forgot that their Orcish army grew to massive proportions based on how many cards we drew. So that was a good play by our opponent with the double Orcish Bowmasters to get a 10-10 army. And we got them to 4 though. See if they drew a Damnation or something else. Right now, that's what they need. Or they can, if they want a Blast Zone, what are they? Damnation? Yep. Alright, we can rebuild pretty quickly. With a minute and a half, can we do it all over again? We can do a hasty Galta or a Galta. That one costs less, so We're gonna have to do the Boros Garrison thing again. See if I can just get the tapping right. Alright, let's go ahead and speed things up. So even that decision last turn to return the garrison to our hand was crucial. So green. Alright. Guess I should have. I just realized that I also misplayed last turn. Because I could have gotten a 14-14 and finished them off last turn. So that was definitely a mistake. I got so carried away and forgot that I could target. Or no, it's other attacking creature anyway. It's other attacking creature. Did they answer it? Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com again. I just finished my game against Mono Black Cabal Coffers and being in the free zone as soon as the game ends. I can't even go back to show you the board or draw another card. Opponent super nice, playing a really fun, go big, crazy, make a lot of mana, cast Emrakul. They got to go off on their turn in their game 2. Our game 1 was one of the best games we've had, with so much power by turn 3. And then game 3, they went long, but our opponent chose not to blow up our Amulet of Vigors and instead take a different line. And it almost got him there. Double Orcish Bowmasters. Anyway, you can watch the video, but double Orcish Bowmasters after we drew with the One Ring to kill one of our Galtas after before combat, but we had Galta and Maven coming. I misplayed a little bit. No, I didn't. I keep thinking you could copy a Galta and make a 12-12 or 11-12 or whatever. It was a 14-12 at the time. So, but you can't. You can only. It has to be another attacking creature that you. X is the greatest power among other attacking creatures. So yeah, you don't get the choice anyway. And so I got the 6/6. But yeah, we did what we wanted to do in game 1. Got a really quick kill. Game 3, we ground out with the One Ring. We rebuilt several times, and did exactly what this deck is meant to do. Make a lot of mana, play big fatties, specifically big dinosaurs, and win. And we got to see it in action, so I'm feeling really good. We played through removal, we played through sweepers, we played through hand disruption, we played through the One Ring against the Mono Black Cabal Coffers deck. So I think I'm finally turning a corner with this deck after many losses that you'll see if you take the time to watch the videos. Figuring out the way to play the deck, figuring out the different synergies and lines and how best to exploit them and take advantage of them. And I don't know, I've already built a alternate deck to this that I'll play some games with and highlight, but I'm beginning to be glad I stuck this one out because I finally got that Galta and Maven win. I still haven't been able to do it with Belligerent Yearling, but got the Galta and Maven win. Galta Primal Hunger is just an all-star. Carnage Tyrant, it's good in the right spots. I think I found the best home for the One Ring. Not that I found it. Amulet Titan players found it. I'm just copying them on that front. But yeah, the deck came together beautifully. Finally, I played it correctly and I think I played it optimally, but I'm sure there are a couple lines there I could have played it differently. Anyway, we got the win, and we did it in spectacular fashion. So I'm really happy that it finally did what I thought it would do, and that I get to show y'all on video. So be sure to check this one out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky with Johnny Cycles. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my website, cyclesgaming.com, for original Magic the Gathering content. You can read about my Commander decks or my Janky Modern brews. My latest article is about the Zombie Precon and its effect on Commander. I give you a couple different deck lists. If you're interested in a science fiction / fantasy novel, be sure to check out my book, The Podkind. I'm publishing it serially, a couple chapters every month. Again, thanks for watching. Check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.